Hello, hi, how are you? I'm Robin, welcome back, or welcome to my YouTube channel. This little world right here is man for himself. If you like hair product reviews, grooming, skincare, fragrance, and videos like this very one, then have you pressed subscribe? Will you press subscribe? Please do. Press subscribe right now. Okay, most used fragrances of 2021, less of a top 5, more of just like, I love these. And on a sort of cold, wet, windy day, or a bright and light, or a day where I'm just running to the gym, these are the 5 bad boys that I've turned my nose to and said, you are coming with me. I should have said that to you. You are coming with me, and you also. I just love these fragrances, and they bring me so much joy, as fragrance should. Now, this has been a great year for fragrance on this channel. I've really enjoyed it, and I know that so many of you have come on board as a result of the fragrance, and there will be more fragrance videos into the next year. Also, keep suggestions coming. I absolutely love hearing what you guys want, and it keeps it going. Okay. Let's start with, in no particular order, this one. Penhaligons Halfeti Leather. I love this. It is so beautiful. Halfeti is one of the best sellers of Penhaligons, an oriental, beautiful fragrance that just kind of sparkles on the skin. Sparkles on the skin, but it's a real head turner. Like, if you know Halfeti, then you know it. It's really popular with men and women. But what I love about the Halfeti leather is there's a slight sort of light and bright opening. There's also a bit of a spiciness, and then a really gorgeous leather and oud base. And that is the bit that I like. This smells expensive, it smells exotic, it's just such a beauty. And in terms of performance, it's great. I think it's also, I want to say it'll be quite a divisive fragrance. I think some of you will love it, and some of you will be a bit like, that's too much for me. Like, I think that's just a touch too much. But those are the sort of fragrances I like, you know, something that is a bit of a head turner, and something that says, ooh, what are you wearing? Or, oh gosh, what are you wearing? But I think it's so great, and one that I continue to turn to. I think this is my second one of this, actually. I kind of go through it as if I'm drinking it. Do not drink your fragrance, but it's beautiful. And Penhaligons, I think, are a really solid brand. In the street style video, if you saw that, the London one, which is the last street style of the year, 2 of the guys in that video, it was Jazz and Dwayne, both wore Penhaligons fragrances. So I think, you know, so many of you love them, and I just think they're so great. There'll be more of those coming up in 2022. But great, yeah, I really enjoy Halfeti leather. And I mean, it's a shame. One of my favorites, Roaring Radcliffe, has been discontinued. I've just found out. That's the one that's kind of got like a gingerbread, sort of rummy sort of note. It's finished, which is upsetting, but I still have this one. Let's go from Halfeti leather to one that you might know is going to be in this. I am a Tom Ford fan. I think their fragrances are beautiful. I think their storytelling is great. And I just think it's pure art. I really do. And this one has gone into my most used, Tobacco Vanille. I first had in 2011. I did a full review on this, and I told you the story. I had this in 2011, and I had it when I was going backpacking. My friend Graham got me a present as I was going off, and we'd gone for dinner, and he was like, I've got a present for you. I know you absolutely love this. And he bought me this, Tobacco Vanille. Not this very one, this is my second one. So get a friend like Graham. But I absolutely think this is just one of the best from Tom Ford. This has got those really sumptuous dried fruit, like caramelized fruit. So there's a real great sweetness to it. And then there's this really great smoky tobacco, which is so beautiful. I think with tobacco, whenever I was sort of used to think of a tobacco fragrance, I used to think it's going to smell like someone's having a fag next to you. But tobacco, in its true sense, and what you get in fragrance, is something which is just so luxurious and gives just a hint of a spice, something a bit decadent, and something so beautiful. I think Tobacco Vanille is just one of the absolute bests. And there is this just gorgeous sweetness that just sits on the skin, and it kind of lingers. There's something really familiar about this, and having it against the skin, kind of on the neck, is just so beautiful. I think it's really super sexy too. Anyone that I smell wearing this, I'm like, what are you wearing? It's Tobacco Vanille, it's beautiful. They're not cheap, but they are great, and I think it's such a solid one. So thank you very much, Tobacco Vanille. You've been with me. I rebought this year, and it must have been actually like midway through the year, but I've worn it so often that it's now into the most used 5. Okay, let's go into like talking of like familiar fragrances. This one is like a new addition to my life. This is Ostens, and this is Cashmeran Velvet. It is, isn't it? Yes, it is. Impression Cashmeran Velvet by Ostens. Now, Ostens is a brand which really takes fragrance at its purest sense. So they take like one solid note and then they build on that. So adding like little facets or other notes to really create something which is very unique. When you buy one of these fragrances, you also get this. And when I received these in a box, I thought, oh, they give me a travel one. That's really lovely. Oh, great. And I just sort of chucked it off. I didn't chuck it off, I put it in a box. But actually, what they do is they give you the base, which is that one note, and then they give you the fragrance. So it means you can put a little bit of this on first, and then you can put the fragrance on. But this one has been likened to the love child of Molecule 01 and the Labo Santal 33. You've got all this sort of familiarity yet again, and I think that's a sort of common theme of these fragrances. These fragrances make me feel good. These fragrances make me feel warm. They make me feel safe. And they're just a really sort of bright, and they've got so much character to them. This one is like a really soft white towel. You know, you've come out of the bath and you've got it on, it's really fluffy and it's just beautiful against the skin. And it's just so great. There is, I want to say sandalwood, there is cedarwood, there is just these really great soft woods which do linger and sit on the skin. It's less of a projector, so it's less of the like, oh gosh, I can smell him over there, but it's more of a nuzzler and a bit of a skin scent. It's so beautiful. And actually, I met with these guys, it must have been like earlier last month, and sort of got to grips with a few of the fragrances after wearing this one so much. And they have this, preparation oils. And again, because I didn't understand anything that these were, but you can buy this little starter, say starter kit, it's not a starter kit, it's a limited edition of all their base oils. There's a rose one in here. There's also, what else we got? Jasmine Absolute. I think this is a fantastic idea. And then there's cedarwood heart. So they're all in there, and it means you can just put a little bit on that skin, and then you can add whatever one you like to wear. So actually, I had tried what did I try? I tried the rose, and then I did Frederic Malle French Lover, and it was beautiful. It just brought all this bright rose to it, which was just so gorgeous. So I think that's a fantastic idea. And I know that in the Tom Ford video I did, which was when I stopped by the counter in, where was I? Brent Cross Shopping Centre. I stopped by the Tom Ford counter and I was chatting to Dev, and Dev was talking about layering. And that is exactly what that is. So taking one note or one fragrance, popping it on, and then spritzing something over the top. And not only is it going to add to the sort of the lifespan of that fragrance on the skin, but it really does change it up. So I think it's beautiful. Again, all of these are linked, so you can check them out. Let's go from something which is slightly nuzzly to something which is really bright. This was a fragrance I wore a lot last summer and then came back to this summer. It is so great. Maison Kurkdjian, come on Robin, Maison Francis Kurkdjian, L'Homme à la Rose. He's very much known for these rose fragrances, but this one was created kind of with a man in mind. And there's a bright citrus opening and then this beautiful rose note. It's less of a rose that you might think of as sort of like granny flower, stuffy, sickly sweet rose, and more of having a walk spring into summer down a gorgeous sort of tree-lined garden. And then there's these beautiful rose gardens and patches that you just get this beautiful scent that just lingers in the air. And someone is there with a basket of their roses cutting. And it's that smell that you get just off a freshly cut rose. Like you almost get that little bit of the sort of dew that drips off it. It's so gorgeous. And with that mix of the citrus on the top, it's bright, it's lively, it's it's just really inviting. You know, it's less of that full-on sex like we've got with some of those, but this is just, I think also the bottle's beautiful. They've got the rose on the other side. It's just something which makes me really happy. And actually I wore this into last year when the world was starting to open up before it shut down again. And I just remember having really great memories with this. And every time I put this back on, I think, oh, that was good actually. You know, that was great. And I think Maison Kurkdjian just create some gorgeous fragrances. There was also the gentle fluidity, which I have and I'm yet to talk to you about. There's a gold one and a silver one. I think they're just pure perfection too, but this is also a great gateway into rose fragrances. I'm going to do more about rose next year because I think rose as a man or as a woman, hello, you're most welcome. I know we've got more women in here now, which is great to see, especially when we're talking about fragrance. I just think it's so great, and I think so many of you will love it. The final fragrance that is in my most used 5 is another Tom Ford. This is Ombré leather, and it's just great. Ombré leather, this is the Eau de Parfum. Is it? Yes, it is. The Eau de Parfum, they brought out the Parfum this year. The Parfum has greater concentration in terms of the actual fragrance, so it lasts longer. But I actually prefer this one. It's softer, the Eau de Parfum. It's just so gorgeous. I have worn this, I mean, obviously a lot this year. But when I wear this, I would say 4 out of 5 times someone says, what are you wearing? It's now become one of my most complimented. It used to be Dunhill Icon Absolute, which I still love, and it's just kind of narrowly missed my most used 5. But this one is something that I always reach for when I'm just like, what will I wear today? Oh, I'm in a rush, and I just always go for this because I know it smells great on me. Is that a bit full on? I know it smells great on me, it does. And I know that other people enjoy it on me. Fragrance shouldn't be about other people, I should say that. But when someone says they like it on you, I think it does give you a little boost, doesn't it? And it's just so great. It's not leather in the I feel like with this leather and oud, this really kind of pops and is in your face and is slightly louder. Whereas this leather is more like suede, and it's suede that's been sat out in the desert. So a gorgeous sort of, desert sounds a bit barren and a bit harsh, but like a really warm sort of beautiful land where you look across and the sun is beating down, and this soft, perfectly fitting leather suede leather jacket has been sat there just warming in the sun, and you pick it up. I mean, why on earth would you wear a leather jacket in the desert? But I'm just telling you the story. And you pick it up and you place it on, and it's just hugging your skin, and it just feels so beautiful. And this is what I get from this. It's bright, it's light, it's exciting, and it's a celebration, and it's just gorgeous, honestly. I also have the little travel one of this, which is, I want to say like a 15ml atomizer, and I keep it in my bag. And so whenever I go out, if I'm going off to a meeting, I've not had many IRL meetings, but I'm going off maybe to meet a friend, or I'm up to something sounds a bit dubious, but if I just want a quick spritz and I want to feel good, then this has been the one. So yeah, there you go. Those are my most used 5. As I say, less of a top 5, but more of just things that brought me joy. Some light and brights, some deep, dark and moody, and some pure sex and fragrance right there. Just absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to link them all. Also the most used tag page, which has my hair, it's got the fragrance and the skincare, will also be linked in the description below. But thank you very much. And thank you very much for sticking with me. I really do appreciate it. But if you're watching this and thinking, I've not yet pressed subscribe, then hey, come on. Please do press subscribe right now. Also, more video suggestions down there. A link to the Man for Himself products pages is there, and there'll be more in the cards up there. Also, check out the most used hair and the most used skincare. But until my next new video, bye-bye.